T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
T&D Sports Video presents the Orlin Cohen High School Football Game of the Week. Today, it's the Ward Melville Patriots visiting the Arrows of Sachem North High School. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Sachem North High School in Lake Ronkonkoma, New York, for our T&D Sports Video Game of the Week. My name is Mike Trezza. I'm joined by former West Babylon and Kings Park assistant coach Nick Martone. And Nick, great matchup on the field, but the weather is going to be challenging conditions for both coaching staffs and both teams here tonight.
Yeah, it's a tough set of circumstances here to kind of replicate what this looks like as far as the game goes, but it's going to be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes that has the best opportunity to win.
And let's talk about this Ward Melville team. Nick, they come into tonight's game 2-1 on this young season, a team that's pretty diversified on offense, but as we said, they're probably going to have to rely heavily on their running game tonight.
Yeah, which is kind of where they've been for the first few weeks. I think surprisingly they've been heavy run, so they've had at least that workload through the first few weeks, and so they know what it takes, and they're really going to have to get after it up front and, go after a team that, for all intents and purposes, really looks like a mirror image.
And, of course, the guy that's going to be leading the charge for them on the ground is number 0, Kramer.
Yeah, Kramer's been pretty special over the first few weeks. I think week 1 he ran for a little bit over 200 yards, and he's a good athlete, and they're going to do what they can to get him into some space and see what he could do tonight.
And for Sachem North, they have a good ground game to begin with. They have a junior running back that's been being recruited by a number of D1 colleges, and we'll probably see a heavy dose of him tonight.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, looking over the last few weeks, Singleton has gotten a decent amount of carries. He had a pretty good week last week in week 3, and Sachem definitely feels like they're rolling at this point at 3-0 and all set for a big matchup tonight.
And we're ready for the opening kickoff from here at Sachem North. Mike Trezza, Nick Martone. Zach DeMilt is the kicker. He'll kick it away from his 40. Heavy wind here this evening besides the rain, so we're hoping that both the wind and the rain let up just a little bit. DeMilt puts it on the ground. It's scooped up at the 10-yard line, bobbled momentarily. On the run to his right is Brody Morgan. Morgan doesn't get far, and he's going to start near his own 10-yard line.
Not a perfect set of circumstances here to watch that ball bounce around a little bit. Obviously, it's going to be slick to pick it up and still find yourself almost inside of your own 10 for that first drive.
Ethan Burgos is the quarterback for Ward Melville. Burgos is a senior, 5'11", 180, first-year starter for the Patriots.
Yeah, real impressive. The offense definitely runs through him. He's certainly capable of throwing the ball down the field, but also taking off.
He has Kramer in the backfield with him, Griffin Kramer to his right on first down. He's got 3 receivers left, 1 right. First play from scrimmage.
See Sachem sitting in this 3-4 defense.
Burgos takes it himself. Oh, he's upended at just about the 15-yard line. Diving tackle by a Sachem defender.
Yeah, this defensive scheme is of the type where they're going to make you earn every yard. They're going to make you drive down the field. They're not necessarily big on taking risks, and I don't expect to see a ton of blitzing. They do get their turnovers, but they're going to make you drive the length of the field to score.
2nd and 3. This time the handoff goes to Kramer. Kramer makes one move, and picks up the first down.
Carry by number 0, Griffin.
Stop on the play by Tom Volpe.
Yeah, pretty hard run there, getting his shoulders pointed north there and just finding that marker and making sure he crossed it.
Volpe described by his coach as the energy guy, a heart and soul type player, Nick.
It's hard to find those guys, and you could certainly build a defense or an offense around them.
Okay, you're going to get trio plus.
So Ward Melville with the first down of the game.
Trio plus.
Again, 3 receivers left side. Burgos has Kramer to his left. Handoff up the middle, Kramer. Breaks a couple tackles and has 5 or 6 on that carry.
That's number 0, Griffin Kramer on the
Yeah, that first drive is always going to be where you're kind of testing the waters. You're kind of seeing how the defense is going to react, what they're going to do to the wide side to cover up the trips over here, and what you still have in the box and what you can run against.
Nice pickup of around 6 on that play for Griffin Kramer. Ward Melville moving the ball despite the rain and the wind being right in their faces. 2nd and 4. Burgos takes the snap. Handoff Kramer. He'll try it again, and he's stacked up this time.
Sachem does a really good job up front, getting some penetration, getting across the faces of those linemen up front, and getting in the backfield and getting that run stopped before it had a chance to get going.
Nasir Altez, usually an outside linebacker, had to move to the inside because of injuries. No gain on the play, brings up a 3rd and 4.
Watch the ball. There's the 2 pullers.
Kramer, actually it's Burgos who keeps it himself. He faked the handoff, took it himself around the right side, and he moves the chains.
Yeah, what we're seeing there is a little bit of disguise up front. We saw them pull guard and tackle. Looked like the defense took a look at that, and the ball went back the other way, right? Sometimes that's your key. Watch a pulling guard, watch a pulling tackle, but the ball went opposite.
First down, Ward Melville. Here's a sweep. Again, a number of defenders there to gang tackle the ball carrier. It was Brody Morgan on the carry, and he got stacked.
Yeah, this play just had a long time developing here. Had to slow down the motion to get a better mesh point. And anytime you slow down in the backfield, at the time you're getting that handoff, now you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. You're letting that defense play a lot faster, and they come downhill and make a big stop.
Pickup of just a yard on that play, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. We've got a flag down on that play as well.
Trying to see here if it had something to do with that helmet coming off.
In either case, it is on Ward Melville, so that's going to back them up what looks like 10 yards and bring up a 2nd and 19.
It'll be 2nd and 20.
Yeah, wondering if that might have been an unsportsmanlike there in the middle of the field.
We were a little late to notice that flag, so we didn't quite get the call. But it is 2nd and very, very long, which really puts you in a tough spot.
Yeah, they had some momentum going, right? A couple of first downs, and that's a big penalty. Looks like maybe a dead ball towards the end of the play, and just backing you up and putting yourself in a bind here.
We'll take a quick break and step away and be back with more right after this.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier program: shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
So a little delay after that penalty, Nick. I'm not sure exactly what it was all about.
Yeah, a couple of extra conversations over here on the sideline, really with both staffs, maybe explaining what the play was. And take a look here, right? The jet sweep takes a little bit of time to get going, tries to cut it back up inside. So I can get the pile moving pretty good there. I don't know if we got into a little extracurricular there after the whistle.
Looked like a couple guys coming onto the pile, but nothing really unusual to say, or at least that we can detect. But it is going to bring up 2nd and 20 for Ward Melville from their own 15-yard line. Once again, Kramer stays in the backfield with Burgos. Actually, no, this time it is Brosh who is the running back.
Yeah, Brosh has been getting a ton of carries. He's got a few touchdowns on the season already. I think through the first 3 games, he had close to an 11-yard average per carry. Not too bad.
It's the kind of evening, Nick, where you're hoping for very few penalties and hoping that they can get them straightened out rather quickly, which clearly has not been the case with this particular stoppage.
Yeah, you're really trying to play clean here as much as you can. You don't want to put the ball on the ground. You don't want to march yourself backwards. You want to make sure all the plays are getting in, right? Because with this weather, too, and the wind, it gets that much noisier. You're playing in somebody else's house. You know, you've kind of got all those things stacked against you. So being the road team, coming out, getting the ball first, if you can find a way to get down the field and get yourself some points, it's, you know, maybe one of the bigger drives of the game for you.
So we didn't get a chance to talk a lot about this Sachem North team. Ranked number 7 overall on Long Island. That includes big schools, small schools, Catholic, public, Nassau, Suffolk, every school, over 110 schools. You're number 7. You're well thought of.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's funny because they come into the season number 2 in the division. That tells you how strong Division 1 is.
William Floyd, usually up there in terms of perennial number 1. So it is Broush along with Burgos in the backfield. Broush takes the carry, just lost his footing. Boy, he would have had a lot more if he didn't slip down right there, and Singleton's the guy who brought him down.
Yeah, it looks like Ward Melville is trying to see if Sachem will go ahead and chase that motion similar to the last play in a jet sweep and kind of counter the ball back the other way. And like you said, if he doesn't lose his footing there, he might end up out on the sideline and might have a lot of room to go.
Third and 20 from the 15. Let's see if Ward Melville will put it up right here. Instead, they keep it on the ground with Burgos. Burgos tries the right side, and he doesn't get a lot. Tom Volpe on the carry, and Volpe is pumped up.
This is one of the toughest play calls to make. You're deep this far in your own end, and it's a long third down. They decide to just put the ball in the hands of one of their biggest playmakers, Burgos, and does a good job getting a few positive yards, but ultimately they got to work on just trying to flip the field here, get the ball out of their end.
Ward Melville will punt it away with Buscaglia. Gets it cleanly.
Get away, get away, get away!
Short kick. Does take a Ward Melville bounce down near midfield and stops at right about the 50.
Yeah, not ideal. Special teams really tough in this kind of weather, especially the punt game, getting a quicker snap, that long snap, and really making sure that you're pretty sure-footed when you drill that ball, and, you know, in hopes that you're going to get a spiral and the ball's going to travel. But as we see there, you know, really couldn't get it too far outside of their own end.
That noise you hear in your microphone is not just the wind and the rain. It's the noise of people's umbrellas blowing in and them trying to blow them back out. So Sachem North will go on offense for the first time from just about midfield.
going to be.
Pittman is going to be running the show for them at quarterback this evening with Vino out. Pittman takes it on first down, looking to keep it himself, takes on a tackler head on, and gets thrown out after a loss of about a yard. It's Kramer who makes the stop.
Yeah, I think we're already seeing the different look with Pittman back there. Definitely a little bit more of a runner than Vino, and so we see, Sachem putting the ball in his hands. And
Second and 9 for Sachem North on their first possession. Here's the handoff to Singleton. A couple moves, spins, first down, out to the 35.
A big game for Booker Singleton.
looked like he was playing a video game there, right? A couple of spins, couple of moves, making defenders miss. Very impressive. Super athletic. A couple of jump cuts in there too. Real good feel for the game, right? Knowing his space, knowing where he can find yards.
But we've got a flag that came in on that play, and I believe that's going on Sachem North, and that is going to negate that beautiful run by Lucas Singleton.
Looking for a signal here. I would assume it's an offensive hold, yeah.
It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 49-yard line.
Second and 9. Singleton in the backfield along with Pittman. Two receivers near side. Player in motion, right to left. He has a sweep. Nice run that time by Shane Riley off the sweep.
Shane Riley on the sweep.
Yeah, Sachem here in that traditional spread look, bringing the slot on that motion, quick little flip forward. Sachem doing a pretty good job, not only on the first level there, but the big guys getting out to the second level to create some positive yards.
Flag is a hold on Sachem.
We've got a flag coming in once again, and Sachem shooting themselves in the foot with penalties on consecutive plays, Nick.
It'll be 2nd down and 15 from the 45.
Sometimes in space you get caught with those hands outside the shoulder pads. You really got to work hard to keep those hands inside on the plate of those shoulder pads, right? Anything on the outside's getting an easy look, especially when you're on the move, pulling the jersey away, and you're going to get that call every single time.
4 receivers in the game for Sachem North on 2nd and 15. Back to pass is Pittman. He airs it out deep, and it's picked off. Going back the other way is Broush. Broush down the right sideline and down to the 30. Beautiful pick by Danny Broush.
Melville interception by number 20.
Sachem tries to go vertical here down the middle of the field, throw a little bit in the coverage. Looking back here, it looks like receivers and even one of the DBs has a real tough time seeing this ball in the air. But Broush makes a play, closes in on it, finds his way up the sideline, and that defense does a real good job getting that convoy out in front and making some blocks.
Zachary Tier was the other player that was there in coverage. It looked like he got his hand on the receiver at the end of that play, which allowed Broush to cut in and make that pick. So Ward Melville's in business now with a 1st and 10 from the 30 of Sachem North. We've got 4:50 left in the first. Player in motion is Marzo Villa. Handoff is up the middle. Kramer looking for room. And brought down after a good game.
Ward Melville, you can see here, does a really good job getting that snap back there quick. They get a quick mesh point, so that ball is at the line of scrimmage real fast. It's real smooth. You could tell they spend a lot of time drilling that and working on that. So this way, even in this weather, it's automatic.
Gain of 6 on that play brings up a 2nd and 4 from the 24. 4:15 left in the first. Marzavilla in motion again. Burgos takes the snap. Handoff left this time. Looking for room. Short pickup. Maybe a yard. Maybe 2.
Interesting, similar motion 2 plays in a row. We watched the defense on Sachem tighten up a little bit away from the motion, and then this time there's really not much movement. They do a pretty good job, linebacker, end here, staying home, making sure they can play contain.
Roush had that last carry. He goes out in favor of Kramer. On a 3rd and 3, critical play coming up right here. 3 receivers right side. High snap, taken by Burgos. He's got the first down the right sideline, and they finally grab him and bring him down inside the 10.
Yeah, they went bunch trips at the top of the screen, and you could see it's just that kind of full house run right by the quarterback Burgos, and does a good job getting that ball deep into the red zone here, and Ward Melville certainly in business, getting a lot of positive yards. Burgos does take a pretty good shot here at the end of the play.
1st and goal from the 5. Kramer is the running back. He moves to Burgos right. Burgos takes it himself. Looking to cut back inside. Picks up 2, maybe 3, and heads down toward the goal line.
Number 5, Ethan Burgos, picks up 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, it looks like we lost another helmet here in the middle of the field. Sometimes things get a little bit slippery out there, and ultimately there you'd like to see a little bit of a better job by Ward Melville blocking to the whistle. See a lot of guys standing around there a little bit in the pile.
2nd and goal from the 3. Down to 2:10 left in the opening quarter of play. From here at Sachem North, along with Nick Martone, Mike Trezor on hand. Kramer's the running back. Now it's Thomas, the quarterback.
That's a big stop by the Sachem defense.
Yeah, Thomas, the junior back there. Wonder if they were going to run a little wildcat with him, but Burgos checks back in here. You can see not much room to run there. Sachem does a pretty good job getting off the ball, getting across the line. Ward Melville not really securing that first level.
Be 3rd down and goal.
All-star Thomas, just a junior. But now he gives way to Burgos, who's back in there, and has Kramer to his left. On 3rd and goal from the 3. Here's Kramer, looking to cut in.
Brought down behind the line by the Sachem defense.
Actually, Burgos took that carry.
Yeah, same kind of game plan here. Looks like Kramer out in front. Ultimately, though, again, Sachem doing a good job rallying to the ball, and in talking to the coaches this week, that was the biggest thing that they've been very happy with. They get a lot of hats to the ball. They play very physical.
They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 6, and Sachem North takes a timeout. We're going to step away and be back with more right after this.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Through, keeps it deep. What a catch that time! From the 35-yard line, Weeks to put it up right away. He's got a man open. Touchdown, King Carr. John Cliff in by Cliff. Fourth and goal from the 6-yard line coming up for Ward Melville. Let's see if they can cash it in. They got the ball in the 30. Burgos takes it himself, down to the goal line and in.
Touchdown, Melville.
Ethan Burgos, the senior quarterback, has just punched it in for the first score of the evening.
You can see here, right? Nothing real wide. Makes that fake to Kramer, tucks that ball up inside, stays inside the tackle, and finds his way into the end zone almost untouched.
Roush does the kicking. Burgos to hold. High snap. Pulls it down. Takes it himself. 2-point conversion.
This is a real smart play by Burgos. The snap takes a while coming back, and again, this is what you worry about in the weather. Wet conditions, a little bit of wind. He could kind of feel the internal clock, right? And he could see the rusher coming off the edge. He says, you know what, we're not going to get this down fast enough. Let me pick it up and go, and finds his way in. Big 2 points.
Really heady play right there by the senior quarterback. I guess a big advantage, Nick, of having your quarterback also be your holder on plays like that.
Yeah, we see that a lot on Long Island, starting quarterbacks as your holder. Sometimes in other teams and other levels of play, it's your second quarterback, third quarterback, but here we see a lot of starters.
So Sachem North turns it over. Big return by Roush. He takes it all the way back to the Sachem North 30. That's where Ward Melville starts their second drive, and they're able to punch it in.
Yeah, real good job making points off a turnover, especially in this kind of weather. That's going to be a huge deal. A big first quarter and almost completely winded it down, and you're going to be sitting 8-0 at the end here after this kickoff.
We're down to 32 seconds left in the quarter. Ward Melville on top of Sachem North 7-0. We'll actually make it 8-0 from here at Sachem North. Roush is the kicker. He puts it high and deep. It's taken at the 20. Good return. Oh, Roush brings him down. The returner was in the clear, and Roush, the kicker, got him.
Yeah, real good return, a good answer, right? Because that's what you want to have after you give up those 8 points on the turnovers. You want to respond, and that's what they get out of their kick return team. Real important, right? All these teams spend so much time working on these special teams, and comes up big. Sachem's in business here towards the end of the first.
Got to send a shout out to the parents and other fans in the stands who are braving this absolutely challenging weather to be out here and root these teams on. So Sachem North is going to start 1st and 10 from their own 42. Handoff Singleton. Singleton's met and dropped. What a tackle that time. Actually, that time it was Jaden Berrios, the backup running back.
Carry by number 2, Jaden Berrios. That'll be a short
good job
game.
there by the front, shedding blocks and finding the ball carrier and getting them stopped for no gain.
At the end of the first quarter,
that's the end of the first. We'll step away and be back with more action right after this. Ward Melville up on top of Sachem North, 8-0.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Valvo behind Zulo. Zulo looking for room. Takes off with it. Near in the right sideline. He's down to the 20, the 15. He's still going. He's in for the touchdown. Harmon will take it himself. Rackle, he's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. Heats it deep. that time from the 35-yard line. Second quarter underway, 2nd and 10. Carried on the near side by Singleton. A number of defenders close in to make that stop.
Mike, he's one of these game breakers. You give him the ball and everybody stands up because they're expecting it to go to the house. And he's got a lot of moves. He's a special athlete.
Singleton with a gain of 4 on that play is going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the 46 for the Arrows. Singleton. They faked it to him and instead back to pass and quickly sacked. It's Jake Ventimiglia with the sack.
Pittman on the keep. It's brought down for a loss.
Yeah, it doesn't fall for the play action here and continues after the quarterback and does a pretty good job making an open field tackle here in the backfield.
It'll be a 4th down.
So the Arrows are going to have to kick it away. Tom Gandley's the punter. And we've got a whistle before that punt can get up in the air.
Looks like we have a timeout here. Wonder if it was called by Sachem. They weren't happy with what they had.
We'll step away.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Valvo behind Zulo. Zulo looking for room. Takes off with it. Near in the right sideline. He's down to the 20, the 15. He's still going. He's in for the touchdown. Harmon will take it himself. Nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. 4th and 11. Sachem getting set to punt it away with Gandley.
Sachem set the punt.
And we've got a whistle again before that play gets underway.
And trying to figure out here if we had a ready-to-play whistle or what we had going on here. Looks like we'll just reset the penalties.
Still 4th and 11 from the 46. Gandley. It hits one of the Sachem players, so I believe the ball is going to be dead right there at about the 42-43.
Sachem punt is down to the 41.
So right there, you could see an approach that Ward Melville's decided to make here because of this weather and these conditions. They went after that kick, figuring the odds of really drilling a ball into this wind, into that driving rain is going to be difficult. So they'll take their chances trying to go after it and maybe not be able to set up an actual return.
Let me check myself. That was DeMilt who delivered that punt. So Ward Melville's going to start 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Down to 10:30 left in the second. Here's Broush. He's trying to spin his way, and he picks up a yard. Might have picked up 2.
Flag is down on the play.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a couple of flags here come out. You could see Sachem starting to make a little bit of a defensive adjustment. They've tightened up the outside backers a little bit. They're walking up the inside backers a little bit. Even the secondary's cheating up towards the box, knowing that Ward Melville's been going heavy run.
Hagelstein was the first man there to greet him. And And that penalty, once again, is going to go on the arrow, so they've been often penalized here in this first half.
Yeah, not the direction you want to get going here. Struggling a little bit to move the ball offensively, and now handing first downs out here to the offense.
First and 10. Now from the 44-yard line. Here's Broush. Broush breaks one tackle near the sideline, gets it out across the 40, and picks up 4 or 5 on that play.
Yeah, Broush runs real hard. He's about a 5'6", 175-pound senior, and you can see him basically following into the hole. That pulling guard and pulling tackle, they do a good job meeting the defenders up there, and then Broush kind of works off of that.
It'll be a 2nd down and 5.
Gain of 5 on that last play, so brings up 2nd and 5. Now inside the 40 from the 39-yard line of Sachem. Burgos has Kramer to his right. 1 receiver right side, 3 receivers left. Takes the snap. Takes it himself. Out to the 30. And knocked out, ridden out about the 25.
Number 5,
really good job here out at the perimeter by number 14, Joe Massaro, really stalk blocking in the corner. And you watch Burgos kind of run off that block once he gets committed to it. Gets enough of him to give him another 5 yards or so.
Pittman was the defender who finally rode him out of bounds. But not before. Ward Melville picks up another first down. 1st and 10 from the 26. Kramer's the running back to Burgos' left. Here's a sweep with Weber. Weber is met in the backfield and dropped. Nice play that time by Shane Riley.
Behind the line by Shane Riley.
Does a great job finding the football here. Comes downhill, full speed, totally commits to making this play. Great angle, gets his head out in front and makes a big stop.
It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Loss of a yard on the play is going to bring up 2nd and 11 from the 27-yard line. Down to 9 minutes left in the second quarter of play. Kramer up the middle, trying to cut it back towards the middle of the field and out close to the first down marker. I believe he's just shy.
You can see Sachem walking their strong safety down here. Pittman, number 7, playing head up on that second receiver. And you could see ultimately that Ward Melville's finding some room in the middle of the field between the tackles.
3rd and 1. Jackson Weber is the receiver to the near sideline. Handoff goes up the middle, fighting for yardage. And I believe they got it.
Yeah, came out of the huddle here pretty quick. Real tight splits, and you can see Burgos just does a good job burying his head behind the center and find positive yards, and they get a real good push going forward, and he gets that line.
That'll be a first down for the Patriots on the keep.
1st and 10, Ward Melville from the 16-yard line. Looking to go up 2 scores here. Again, trips to the right. Kramer in the backfield for Burgos. Handoff to Kramer. Up the middle and inside the 5. 1st and goal.
And we're going to get another flag on us.
Finding some room in the middle of the field here. And again, we see a couple of flags come out late. Looked like something extra went on in the end zone. But a real strong run by Kramer. Kind of like to see him just keep those shoulders pointed towards the end zone and put his head down and find it. Made that one more move and got tripped up before he found the goal line.
Holding is going to go on Ward Melville, so I believe that might be the first penalty on them.
Yeah, so far they played a pretty disciplined game, and this certainly works again, a run that's putting them on the doorstep to getting that second score and putting Sachem at a big disadvantage here as it gets later and later in the first half. But they take that penalty, marching them all the way back here for a very long first down.
So Ward Melville with a nice drive, but that particular holding call has backed them up just a little bit. It's going to bring up a 1st and long. The good news, Nick, is that the rain has died down a little bit. The bad news is that the wind is kicked up at the same time.
Yeah, we could hear it from here. You can only imagine the conditions there, and you could see that ultimately it makes it difficult as far as just the playing conditions, but just hearing play calls and being able to hear the changes that you're making up front with the big guys and defensively too.
As Nick mentioned, these two teams came in ranked number 2 and number 3 in this particular division, Suffolk Division 1, by Newsday to start the season. Here's Burgos. Burgos with one cut, and then it's cut down.
Yeah, Ward Melville coming off a real special season last year. 2022 Division I Suffolk champs. Right, you can see here they're getting back to kind of a healthy dose of Burgos, right? And ultimately he cuts back a little bit. Might have had a lane to the outside, but pretty confident runner.
2nd and 10 from the 16. Here's Kramer carrying defenders on his back, and he goes for 3 of 4.
That's number 0, Griffin Kramer on the carry, gang tackle by the Sachem defense.
Kramer, real physical runner here. He takes some of those big shots, and you can see there's a lot of yards for him after that first contact, willing to take that first shot and still push forward and get himself a few more.
Third and 15 from the 15. Kramer fights for yards. They've got him stopped, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's number 0, Griffin Kramer,
Yeah, similar play they ran a couple of series ago where they faked that jet sweep and then kind of counter that ball right back in, and he's fouling the big guys there. But Sachem does a good job holding that line and making a big stop.
They'll go for it on 4th down from the 15. Burgos drifts left. Now stops and runs it. And they'll bring him down just inside the 10.
And a big stand by the Sachem defense.
Nasir Altez and also Nate Giselle.
Really big stop there by the Sachem defense, being able to turn them away. That penalty, again, was absolutely huge with Ward Melville on the doorstep. It looks like Burgos might have been a pass-first option, decides kind of run out of real estate there to tuck it and take off.
Really tough night to try to throw the ball with these wet conditions, plus the windy conditions, going to make it treacherous to try to do so. So a little bit of a respite for Sachem North as they're able to stop that drive. Ward Melville didn't help themselves with that big penalty late in that drive.
Yeah, those are the things that you'll talk about on Monday when you're doing film, right? You'll talk about the things that prevent you from getting points, and that's a big one.
1st and 10 from the 7. Here's a throw to the right sideline. Well defended by Broush. Let's see who he was looking for on that play. I believe it might have been Riley.
Flag is down on the plate.
Actually, it was Logan Riley, the twin brother of Shane, who was the intended target.
It looks like we get a flag down here, maybe towards the defensive secondary here. Like you said, not really sure who we were looking for here. Had a lot of run block up top. I wonder if maybe that's what we're throwing the flag on there.
They're calling offensive pass interference on, I believe, on Logan Riley.
Timeout on the field.
Yeah, it looks like the receiver gets downfield and ultimately starts to get his hands on the defensive back, thinking it was more a run play than a pass play.
We'll step away and be back with more right after this.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder, leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Valvo behind Zulo. Zulo looking for room. Takes off with it. Near in the right sideline. He's down to the 20, the 15. He's still going. He's in for the touchdown. Harmon will take it himself. Nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. .540 left in this second quarter of play. Sachem North trails Ward Melville 8-0. From here at Sachem North, Mike Trezza, Nick Martone on hand. 2nd and 10 now for Sachem. Handoff up the middle.
That's number 18.
Singleton on the carry. Picks up about 5 of those yards.
I think those are the key plays for Sachem right now to try to establish some kind of rhythm offensively. Pittman right in a tough spot, taking over the starting quarterback position tonight. Get his legs under him, hand the ball off a few times, get those running backs going. That might set up the pass here and there.
3rd and 10. Actually, they're calling it 2nd down. Run play with Singleton.
That's number 18, Lucas Singleton on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1.
Oh, shit.
Got a flag down before this play.
This looks like it could be weather.
See Sachem North running off the field. I think we're going to have a weather delay here as people are scrambling to get out of the stands and players are scrambling to get off the field, so are officials. So we might have seen a little bit of lightning on the field, and every time there's lightning, that means another delay.
Yeah, we got to make sure, obviously, everything is safe here under these conditions. And so you see that lightning bolt, you got to halt play, send everybody off to their locker rooms, and then, you know, moving forward, they'll keep an eye on the weather and communicate whether or not they can get this first half going again.
Okay, so, you know, Nick, we talked about it a little bit in that first half, how highly ranked both of these teams were and how both of these coaching staffs were really looking forward to this matchup on a Friday night. For Sachem, they also have the 10-year reunion going on tonight of their 2013 Long Island Championship team. So a little bit of a tough circumstance here for the players, the kids, also the alumni that have come back to celebrate.
Yeah, not ideal, but obviously this idea of celebrating a truly special team from 10 years ago. Sachem has, you know, a rich history and tradition of just excellent football, an incredible community, you know, a coach right now, Coach Caputo, that's doing a fantastic job. He has, you know, kids here continuing to be excited about football. He has a tremendous staff, kind of a a real cool story. The quarterback tonight, Jack Pittman, his dad is the defensive coordinator for Sachem, so it's cool to have that connection to be able to share these couple of seasons, of high school football together.
Very, very much a family affair here at Sachem, as it is a lot of these schools on Long Island. You see fathers, sons, uncles, nephews, brothers come through the program. As a matter of fact, Coach Caputo himself, a 1996 alumnus of this Sachem North program.
Yeah, and when you talk to guys about that and having the opportunity to coach where you played, it's truly special. It's something that they would really like the opportunity to do, and not a lot of people get that chance.
We're going to step away and be back with more right after this. This is the high school football game of the week, brought to you by T&D Sports Video Production.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
Throw, heats it deep. What a catch that time! Harmon will take it himself. Nice room, breaks a tackle, he's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. Takes it himself, down to the goal line, he's in. Villela's gonna pass, airs it out, end zone. Touchdown, Oceanside!
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Heats it deep. What a catch that time! From the 35-yard line, Weeks to put it up right away. He's got a man open. Touchdown, King Carr. John Quick in by Quick.
Not feeling the love after your last tennis match? We've got specialists for that. Running for the train, derail your knee? We've got specialists for that. Diving after that grounder leaving you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Orlin Cohen's top orthopedic team has specialized expertise and extensive training from the nation's premier programs in sports medicine, knee, shoulder, hip, spine, hand, foot, and ankle. So you can feel better, faster.
A throw, heats it deep. What a catch that time! Harmon will take it himself. Nice room, breaks a tackle, he's in the clear. Harmon in for the touchdown. Takes it himself, down to the goal line, he's in. Villela's gonna pass, airs it out, end zone. Touchdown, Oceanside!
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Welcome back to Sachem North High School here in Lake Ronkonkoma. Mike Trezza on hand here for T&D Sports, and joined now by Chris Vaccaro, who is the district historian here of the Sachem School District. Chris, tell me a little bit about the 10-year reunion that was supposed to happen tonight before the rain sort of came in and put a damper on not just the game, but also the reunion here tonight.
Celebrating one of the biggest moments in Sachem football history. At halftime, many of those players, almost the full roster, and all those coaches were here to be recognized and honored. It feels like it was yesterday. Of course, the rain stopped that tonight, but we still are super proud of that team. No other team in Sachem football history has won a Long Island championship.
Wow, and to do it, I know you guys had to go through Farmingdale, which any year is never an easy task.
Well, honestly, I think about beating Floyd. Once you get past William Floyd, then
true.
at least you're like, okay, we did that, because that took 4 years to achieve. 4 straight years of losing to them, 3 in a county championship. We finally beat them. And honestly, that was a 28-7 victory in the county championship. Then Farmingdale posed a major challenge. We were down 21-7 at one point, got it closer, 21-17, finally come back and beat them. But that Long Island championship game, coached by Buddy Krummenacher, it was one of the toughest games we've ever had.
Talk about the rich history of football and also other sports here at Sachem prior to the dividing up of Sachem North, Sachem East, and also since that time.
Yeah, well, listen, Sachem goes back to 1959 in its first graduating class. It was centralized in 1955. So we're talking over 65 years of sports. From that late 70s all the way through the early 2000s, Sachem was as dominant as any athletic program in the state. This was referred to as Sachem University. We rarely lost county championships in almost every sport. And then when the district was split, things changed. You cut the talent pool in half, you cut the spirit in half, you have to rebuild, and quite frankly, it hasn't been the same since.
And of course, I myself, a Giant fan, remember one of the most famous Sachem alumni, John Jumbo Elliott, gracing the field and winning a Super Bowl with the Giants, and then continuing his career over at the New York Jets.
Jumbo Elliott's also one of our most proud Sachem football alumni. Never forgot where he came from, loves that he wore the black and gold. He credits legendary head coach Fred Fissaro just as much as Bo Schembechler and Bill Parcells in his development. I mean, that's the type of guy that Fred was. And Jumbo, he's our main one and only guy that ever played in the NFL. We had a couple other guys that had some small cups of coffee.
Yeah, Chris, we were talking about it during the broadcast, the fact that out of 110 public schools, big schools, small schools, Nassau, Suffolk, parochial, public schools here on Long Island that play football, Sachem North was ranked number 7 by Newsday coming into the season. Really, really impressive. What do you like about this year's team?
Depth and skill players at every position and a returning starting offensive and defensive line. So if you think about every area and aspect of this team, really good players, really smart players that have bought into this program. It's something, they're not on the field, but it's an intangible. The coaching staff, Dave Caputo lives this. He went here, he played here, he lives right up the road. That goes into why we're a special place to play. But these kids are hopefully about to have a special season.
Yeah, that's great. So I just want to say once again, we're talking with Chris Vaccaro, who's the longtime district historian here of the Sachem School District. And I want to thank you, Chris, for coming on with me. And good luck with the reunion in whatever form it takes for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming down. Any publicity and coverage of our games means a lot. And again, we hope this is a pretty special season.
Okay, and that's going to do it from here at Sachem North, where this game has been suspended for weather, and with an 8-0 score, it'll be finished sometime, most likely through the weekend. For everyone here at T&D Sports, including my partner, Nick Martone, this is Mike Trezza, thanking you for watching. We will see you next Friday night.